Alright, dudes, get on our chest. A lot of colonies in the USA because of the 50 states, that's a lot of states. And even so, people are real when they speak English. Come on, guys, you knew that was coming. Y'all know the drill? Let's dissect the flag. The American flag makes a lot of symbols. The red and white stripes representing the 13 stripes, the 13 stars, and the 13 colonies in the U.S. during the American Revolutionary War, and the stars representing all of the 50 states in the U.S. And you guessed them, of course. And I live in Nevada, and many people live in a lot of states like Kentucky, Mississippi, Florida, and many states like all the states. But Alaska's cold at first. At first, you know that every day you find the U.S. on land. See, look at this. This is the coat of arms in the United States. The eagle representing the bald eagle, which is their national bird. And these stripes representing the states. And this represents the 13 colonies. And this is the Great Seal of the United States, which President used that as a reverse Great Seal of the United States. And this is a location that's Canada, that's Mexico, that's Brazil, and this is Europe, Russia, but you can see how the US is big. Take an example, 50 states have this, Alaska and Hawaii. And it has many things like Wake Island, Midway Island, John Australia, Guam, which is very important, and U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. And this is American, or I believe an Italian explorer. And this thing right here builds stairs on a mountain, but weird. And there's some mountains in Colorado, which I've been there before. And this is how Benjamin Harkins put in 1805. And it's been in there since 1565. And it's all over North America. And see, this photo right here. This shows the world's most famous photo in the 1700s, or in the United States. It's called the Declaration of Independence, which is famous. And you see a lot of people like me, you'll see has been suffered from many wars. World War I, World War II, Korean War, and it's a part of the, and you know, whatever. It is called the Cold War, which means the Cold War joined the U.S. because USSR was not good first, and then they started the Cold War, which and then has the oldest national park in U.S. is called Yellowstone National Park. It's very great if you say national parks were, oh, this is good for anything you can tell about national parks. And then suddenly it happens to anyone in the world. It has some big cities like Los Angeles, New York, which New York is the largest city in the U.S. or in the state by population, but it was by land area too. And United States had been the second largest country in North America behind Canada. And Canada is the second largest country in the world. Like you can tell on national parks, it has Louisiana Purchasing and has the Mexican War, and beyond the United States land. And then some of them are federal, like this, the bigger one right there. That is the Statue of Liberty, is famous. And this is the Empire State Building, the largest building since 1931 and the Great Depression. The Great Depression was bad, and the economy is now derpy, but the military is doing just fine. It's fine, but in 1941, everything changed. On December 7th, 1941, Japan hit in Hawaii and challenged them to war. And they agreed. And then they haven't used the bomb yet, so they're curious if they worked. So they drop it on Japan. And they actually dropped 2 of them. The cities that exist in 1940s were Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But in 1950s, nope, it is gone. Because these 2 cities are extinct. They can rebuild all year. And Hiroshima and Nagasaki are very good children. And they sacrificed the day when it happened of the terror of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki explosion. And it was really tragic for Japan and the US because everything changed when December 7, 1941, Japan hit US and US hit Japan. Like, you mean to bomb you bomb Japan back? It is very worth of time. So anything the US had a lot of stuff, like Martin Luther King Jr. or Ronald Reagan or that changed everything in the world. So okay. There's the world. That's the largest building in the US mainland. And see, it's constructing. And look, the top is not completed since September 11th, 2001. It was tragic when those 2 planes hit the buildings. But these buildings are gone. 1 building left to build. And it's been all around since then. And you can see many mainlands since then, like Grand Teton National Park, or a lot of stuff in medical center in celebrities. And they have this. They have the White House, where President Donald Trump lives in. And it's been all around. US has been famous, like famous places like Seattle, Washington, which has famous buildings like the Space Needle. And California has Disneyland, Hollywood sign. And Nevada has a lot of stuff like Lake Mead, Hoover Dam. And Utah's famous landmarks are Zion National Park, which means you don't sweat in Utah. And Wyoming is by anything like Yellowstone National Park in South Dakota's famous landmarks is called Mount Rushmore, which I saw that in Florida has Florida Keys, Miami, and Miami's famous for buildings. And New York Empire State Building, Selkirk Building, Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, and New Jersey has nothing. But that's weird. And Maine has Maine headlines, which is amazing. So, thank you for watching, and say goodbye to US and say next week to St. Pierre's and Montreal. And it's a weird name. So, bye and see you next week.